Hello, Warriors. Dale Pinker here at TradeGATEHub.com. Our sponsor is TradeView Markets. Today, quiet action in the U.S. because we're closed. Can't get any more quiet than when you're closed, and we're closed for MLK Day, Martin Luther King, who is a great example of how you could fight for a cause without violence, even at the risk of violence being inflicted on you, which takes as much or more courage than someone who would respond and retaliate. So we honor him today in the U.S. And just want to talk about Friday's close. Had me change my mind about a few things. I'll get to it in a bit, but I want to start off with the pound because the pound, I said I was looking for a new high post CPI, and that we could come off from there. So we had a little pullback. And then over the last session or so, probably in Asia, we got all the way up to the 78.6 level. And we're underneath where you would have sold it at new highs. But sometimes you have to be in the market and be the wrong way to know to go the right way. So I am going to have a line in the sand on my shorts above the 78.6 level at 28.03. In fact, looking to book some on any pullback into this range. There's a lot of confluence if we get some follow through in the dollar down here around this 120.5 level. So we'll see what happens. I'm going to stick with it, but above this level of 123, which is already quite a retrace from this recent decline, you have to have an open mind that we could get acceleration to the upside to initially take out the highs up here at 4.5 and maybe even stretch towards 129. So that's the line in the sand. And if you don't learn how to change your mind, you won't have any change left. There is the possibility of some type of advance to occur. So I'm keeping an open mind on that too. You can see we're diverging on the 4-hour here in the dollar, but you really can't make too much out of holiday action. And on dollar longs, again, underneath this 101.50 level, we could get one more flush down towards par. Above it, we could get a nice little rally. So, we're at an either or. Here's the 1, here's the 2, here's the 3. Wrong under this level, under 101.30, and perhaps we could get acceleration to the downside. Otherwise, we could start to see a rally in the dollar. It's really kind of late, in my view, after this type of decline that we've had in the dollar to become ultra bearish, the dollar at this time. Okay, even if we do sell off towards, some people are talking 98, and we get this type of flush with risk on happening, I still contend that there'll be better levels to short the dollar during this first quarter. So preserve capital. Same scenario here in Euro. Aussie made a new high, trying to pull back, still diverging on the daily, still diverging here on the 4-hour. I wouldn't be in a hurry to get long there as well. And we also have to keep in mind that there might be a little 3 in the euro here. You could see drive 1, confirmed high. Drive 2, diversion high. So if we get one more push above the high that we had last night, we have a 3-dot drive to play. So I'm still going to be patient and disciplined and give the dollar an opportunity to perform. But my mind is open that if these levels don't hold, to at the minimum get out of the way, and at the maximum go with it for the big decline. I'm seeing something in silver. Now, you guys know, you've been following me. I turned bearish looking for a correction in silver up around this 24.5 level. And there've been a couple successful shorts, right? There's one here, there's one here. But this is how we closed on Friday. And this is what I'm talking about, that sometimes you have to be the other way to know you're the wrong way. And I look at what's happening here in silver with a little double top. It's trying to put in a double top, did not take out these highs yet. it would have been more bearish if it had, that silver is going to take out that top and trade up to 25.50 in my view, which will set up the bigger correction back down here. But I think that we have to complete, this is a 4, and we're not complete, and we could complete it up around 24.5. And perhaps this gold silver ratio is going to pull back as well, maybe to the breakout back towards 78. That would give silver a chance to outperform. Last week's successful platinum trade as well, off the 3 drive to a top formation, pulled back here, but the action today tells me we could even get another push up in platinum to new highs. Also, I gave the S&Ps a chance last week. We're threatening this trend line. It's going to have to take out 39.25 to turn bad. This confluence of the 50 and 200 on the 4-hour. So be careful there. And even though the yen is bouncing here, these RSI levels aren't impressive to me. Look at the difference in the RSI structure between US dollar yen on this time frame and Dixie. So even Dixie on the 4-hour is under 30, but the RSI structure is better than it is in the yen. Looking at what could happen here in yields, we're right here on the precipice. Had a nice little bounce here on Friday. I think there's more of a bounce, but right now I'm saying that maybe 360, 365. We'll see what happens there. And looking at crude, putting in kind of a negative day, I pointed crude out back down here, testing the broken downtrend line. Here it was. And we'll see if it could make any more upward progress. If we start to take out the 76 level, I think we'll be looking at lower 60s. If we maintain this trend, 90. So it looks like a lot of either ors in here. Just want to also touch upon natural gas, which I think is putting in some type of bottom here. I talked about a 350 bottom, and there's that little 3 drive formation, right? 1, 2, 3. If nat gas and some weather issues start to take place, over 380 opens the door for $5. We'll have a better feel when everyone comes back from holiday, but have your lines in the sand. And again, I want to stress that cable at that 78.6 level up here, should we be able to take it out, you have to be open to a pretty good rally, maybe all the way up towards 129. I'm going to give it a chance, see what happens around 2150, 21. Invite you to join us here at TradeGATEHub.com. There are times in the market where you don't have strong conviction. It's okay to acknowledge that. It's okay to say, I don't know, because eventually you will if you're patient and not force trades. And we have a very special interview on Wednesday. That's going to be at 1 p.m. with Jack Schwager. Jack is the author of the Market Wizard series, very popular book. Almost every trader has read it because we all want to be one. So I'll be back here tomorrow with Mike. Enjoy your holiday if you're here in the US, and trade carefully and be flexible and keep an open mind. If you keep an open mind, you'll keep your account open. And don't just count your pips, count your blessings.